There are quite a few ways to obtain new information about the Star Rail universe, and probably one of the most important pieces of story come from the character background stories. Every character adds something new to the world as the lore keeps expanding, so it's important to know about their backgrounds to keep up with what's happening. However, there is one character that just doesn't make any sense when put into context: Zele. Her story starts in the slums of the belobog underworld. She would wander through the alleyways, searching for scrap to trade for food when she was hungry, and drink from the well when she was thirsty. If there was anyone in her way, she would fight them using her fists and teeth until she won. Zele was known for being wild and stubborn, so most people would avoid her. She had seen the overworld only once before, when Oleg smuggled her using a supply bag. What she saw there was beyond her wildest imagination. She ate delicious food, saw beautiful clothes and happy people. That's when she realized the unfairness of Belobog, where the underworlders are always suffering. Later, Oleg would leave the underworld to form Wildfire with Natasha. This is also when Zele was adopted into Wildfire and she finally had a place to call home. When she grew up, she had become a fully fledged warrior of Wildfire. And since she has a high tolerance for pain, she is very efficient at fighting. So the criminals and fragmentum monsters that threaten the underworld should think twice before messing with the citizens. There is another piece of story that describes that Zele now has the role of bodyguard and enforcer for Bronya in the overworld. So that's what she has been doing after we left Jarilo 6. This story explains a lot about the past, and why Zele is so determined and stubborn, so in that regards it's a good story. But it doesn't explain at all why she has the power to defy space and time when she fights, or what she has to do with butterflies or blue flowers. A character has a couple of different aspects to make them fit into the world, which are design, gameplay, backstory and personality. Zele's design is amazing. Her animations are very good and her character model has a lot going on. Her gameplay is fun and she is good at being a damage dealer. Her playstyle is very aggressive and she plays kind of like an assassin character because of her stealth ability and single target burst damage. Her backstory and personality reflect each other as she is a brash and stubborn character who doesn't back down from a fight, but always has a soft spot for her friends. The problem is that her design and gameplay don't match with her backstory and personality at all. Since we've already looked into what kind of person Zele is in her backstory, let's take a look at the conflicting side of Zele. Starting off with Zele's abilities. When she fights, her voice lines are mostly what you'd expect from Zele's background.
Don't mess with me! What a headache. Only a scratch!
But then you have her ultimate.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past!
Her ultimate is completely different and raises a lot of questions. What is the Sea of Butterflies and what does she mean by illusions of the past? Outside of combat she can become invisible and ambush enemies, which is also very uncharacteristic of her. It should make more sense for her to go straight up charge into the enemies with reckless abandon. And of course, it could just be that Hoyoverse went with all of this because it's cool and looks good. But that still leaves one detail open: her signature light cone. Light cones are frozen memories, skills and abilities. The events that are depicted on them actually happened, and show events and important moments for the individuals shown on them. Zele's light cone just shows her standing in a field of blue flowers and butterflies. However, it does have a bit of flavor text. A young girl smiles subtly. How? Right here, right now, I am alone. But it feels very lively. Which is just weird, it doesn't tell us anything whatsoever. And what's even weirder is that there is no field of blue flowers anywhere in the world. But since light cones are all things that actually happened, it should be somewhere. I think there are only two ways for this to make sense. 1. Zele's character story as we know it is fake, and there's a hidden storyline that is completely different. Or 2. Hoyoverse just wanted to make a character that is cool, and they didn't really care. I really hope that we will be getting a reason for this somewhere in the future. But let me know what you think in the comments, because honestly I think this is very confusing. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Bye!